Flour. It's the backbone of countless culinary creations, from crusty loaves of bread to delicate pastries. We often take this humble ingredient for granted, but understanding the nuances of flour can significantly impact your cooking and baking adventures. Choosing the right flour is crucial for texture and taste. Different flours have unique properties that affect the outcome of your recipes. Whether you're a seasoned baker or a kitchen novice, understanding the world of flour will elevate your culinary game. So, let's break down the mysteries of flour and empower you to make informed choices in the kitchen. Get ready to unlock a world of delicious possibilities. Walking down the baking aisle can be overwhelming. Bags upon bags of flour line the shelves, each promising different results. But don't worry, we'll demystify these labels and equip you with the knowledge to choose with confidence. Let's start with the basics. Flour is made by grinding grains, primarily wheat. The type of wheat and the milling process determine the flour's characteristics. This includes its protein content, which directly impacts how much gluten it forms. Gluten is crucial for structure and texture in baked goods. It's a protein that creates a web-like network when flour is mixed with liquid. This network traps air bubbles, allowing dough to rise and giving baked goods their chewiness. Now let's dive into the most common types of flour you'll encounter: all-purpose bread flour, semolina, 00 flour, and Manitoba flour. Each has its own personality and ideal uses. As its name suggests, all-purpose flour is incredibly versatile. It's a blend of hard and soft wheat, resulting in a moderate protein content. This makes it suitable for various applications, from cookies and cakes to pancakes and sauces. Think of all-purpose flour as your reliable kitchen sidekick. It might not be the absolute best for every single use, but it gets the job done for most everyday recipes. It's a great starting point for beginner bakers and a pantry staple for any home cook. However, remember that all-purpose flour can vary slightly depending on the brand and where you live. Some brands might have a slightly higher or lower protein content. Always check the label for specifics if a recipe requires precision. If you're serious about baking bread flour is your new best friend. This flour boasts a higher protein content than all-purpose flour, typically around 12 to 14%. This higher protein content means more gluten development, resulting in those beautifully chewy and airy loaves we all love. The extra gluten in bread flour gives the dough strength and elasticity. This allows it to withstand the rigors of kneading and rising, creating a well-structured crumb and a satisfyingly crusty crust. While bread flour excels in yeasted bread recipes, it can also add a delightful chewiness to other baked goods like pizza dough and bagels. So, next time you're feeling adventurous, swap out your all-purpose flour for bread flour and experience the difference. Section 5: Specialty Flours, Semolina 00 and Manitoba. Beyond the realm of all-purpose and bread flour lies a world of specialty flours, each with unique characteristics that lend themselves to specific culinary uses. Semolina flour, derived from durum wheat, is a pantry staple in Italian cuisine. Its golden hue and slightly gritty texture set it apart from other flours. Its coarse texture and high protein content make it ideal for pasta making. Semolina gives pasta its signature firm texture and helps it hold its shape during cooking. It's also used in making couscous and certain types of bread, adding a unique flavor and texture. 00 flour, often referred to as 00 flour, is another Italian favorite. This flour is a staple in many Italian kitchens, prized for its versatility and fine texture. The 00 refers to its fineness. It's milled to an incredibly fine texture, resulting in a delicate, almost silky flour. This makes it perfect for creating smooth, elastic doughs that are easy to work with. This characteristic makes it perfect for thin crust pizzas, delicate pastries, and certain types of pasta. The fine texture allows for a crisp yet tender bite, making it a favorite among chefs and home cooks alike. Manitoba flour, hailing from Canada, is known for its high protein content, even higher than bread flour. This makes it exceptionally strong and elastic, ideal for recipes that require a robust dough. This powerful flour is prized for its strength and ability to create incredibly light and airy doughs. It's often used in artisan bread baking, particularly for long fermentation times, where its high protein content helps develop a strong gluten network. It's often used in artisan bread baking, particularly for long fermentation times, but its high price tag might deter some home bakers. However, for those willing to invest, the results are well worth it, producing bread with an unparalleled texture and flavor. Section 6. Navigating the marketing maze, choosing the right flour. The flour aisle can feel like a marketing minefield with buzzwords and claims designed to entice consumers. Words like organic, gluten-free, and whole grain can be overwhelming, especially if you're not sure what they mean for your baking. It's easy to fall prey to misleading labels, so let's equip you with the knowledge to make informed choices. Understanding what to look for can save you time and ensure you get the best results in your baking. Don't be swayed by terms like enriched or fortified alone. These terms mean that certain nutrients have been added back into the flour, but they don't necessarily make it the best choice for every recipe. While these terms indicate added nutrients, they don't necessarily reflect the flour's overall quality or suitability for your needs. It's important to look beyond the marketing and focus on the actual nutritional content. Focus on the protein content. The protein content in flour is a key indicator of its baking properties. Look for this information on the nutritional label, usually listed in grams of protein per serving. Higher protein content means more gluten, which is essential for certain types of baking. Remember, higher protein means more gluten, which is crucial for chewy bread and sturdy pizza doughs. Consider the flour's texture and how it will affect your final product. If a recipe calls for a specific type of flour, like cake flour or pastry flour, don't be afraid to seek it out. These flours have unique properties that can make a big difference in your baking. These flours are milled specifically for their intended purpose and can significantly impact the outcome of your baking. Using the right flour can mean the difference between a good bake and a great one. Section 7. Troubleshooting flour. Faux pas. Common issues and solutions. In this section, we'll delve into some of the most common flour-related issues that bakers face and provide practical solutions to overcome them. Even experienced bakers encounter flour-related mishaps from time to time. These can range from minor inconveniences to more significant problems that can affect the final outcome of your baked goods. But fear not, most issues are easily solvable with a bit of know-how. With the right techniques and a little patience, you can turn potential disasters into delicious successes. One common problem is dense or heavy baked goods. This can be particularly frustrating when you're aiming for light and airy textures. This often stems from using a flour with insufficient protein content. The protein in flour, primarily gluten, is what gives structure and elasticity to your dough. If your cookies are flat or your bread lacks a good rise, try switching to a higher protein flour like bread flour. Bread flour has more gluten, which can help achieve that perfect rise and texture. Another culprit can be inaccurate measuring. Baking is a science, and even small deviations in ingredient quantities can lead to significant changes in the final product. Too much flour can lead to dry and crumbly results. This is often the result of packing flour into the measuring cup, which can add more flour than the recipe calls for. Invest in a kitchen scale for precise measurements, especially for recipes that require specific weights for ingredients. Weighing your flour can help ensure accuracy and consistency in your baking. If your dough seems overly sticky or difficult to handle, you might be dealing with high humidity. Humidity can affect the moisture content of your flour, making the dough stickier than usual. Try adding a touch more flour, a tablespoon at a time, until the dough becomes manageable. Be careful not to add too much, as this can alter the texture of your final product. Conversely, if your dough feels dry and crumbly, a tablespoon or two of water can help achieve the desired consistency. Adding liquid gradually allows you to control the dough's texture more precisely. Section 8. The joy of experimentation. Finding your perfect flour match. The world of flour is vast and full of exciting possibilities. While this guide provides a good starting point, the best way to truly understand flour is through hands-on experimentation. Don't be afraid to try different types of flour in your favorite recipes. You might discover a new favorite combination, or find that a particular flour consistently yields exceptional results in your kitchen. Baking is a science, but it's also an art. Allow yourself the freedom to play with different flours, observe the results, and adjust accordingly. Keep a baking journal to track your experiments. Note the type of flour used, the recipe, and your observations on the final product's texture, taste, and appearance. This will become a valuable resource as you refine your baking skills and develop your own personal flour preferences. Section 9. Flour Power Unleashed, Baking with Confidence. Flour is more than just an ingredient, it's a gateway to endless culinary creativity. By understanding the nuances of different flour types and their best uses, you hold the power to transform simple ingredients into extraordinary culinary delights. Remember to choose your flour wisely, considering the protein content, texture, and specific requirements of your recipe. Don't be afraid to experiment and let your inner baker shine, so go forth, embrace the power of flour, and bake with confidence.